Hello and welcome to another edition of the Rambler podcast. My name is Jimmy Smith and I am your host for the podcast. I am the Assistant Vice President of Development and Strategic Initiatives here at Cathedral Prep. Today I'm very excited to share this episode of the podcast with you where we are going to share a big announcement of a new corporate partner and also discuss our corporate relations program. So our corporate relations program is a strategic initiative aimed at establishing partnerships and collaborations between our school and various corporate entities and organizations. The primary objective of the program that we created here at Prep is to have a mutually beneficial relationship that supports our goals here at Prep and also provides as much value as we can to our corporate partners. Some of the key elements of the corporate relations program that benefits Prep, these have to do with our annual operating expenses, facility improvements, educational programs offered at the school, tuition assistance for families to be able to afford prep for their son or daughter, and community engagement provides more opportunities for our students, let alone the funding of special projects such as the announcement we're going to make on this podcast today. And then some of the key elements that our corporate partners receive and what's beneficial to them include social responsibility, being able to support Prep allows your brand awareness to be out there in our community, customer loyalty. There's a lot of tax benefits involved when you make a contribution to Prep and, display of community involvement as well. Being able to show to our constituents, our alumni, families that, send their kids to Prep that you're committed to our school and helping us, continue our mission here at Prep. And by us establishing these partnerships, our corporate relations program significantly benefits our school by fostering a supportive ecosystem that enhances the educational opportunities, helps enrich our students' experiences, and strengthens the school's overall reputation in the community. We already have a strong brand here at Prep, and we want to continue to grow that brand for many years to come. So if you are interested in learning more about becoming a corporate partner of ours, please contact me. My extension here at Prep is 2294, and my email address is jimmy.smith@cathedralprep.com. Now let's get into today's episode of the podcast with Joe Bizzarro, as we have a big announcement to share with you on his new corporate partnership with us for a special project he is helping fund. Hello everyone, my name is Jimmy Smith and welcome to episode number 31 of the Rambler podcast, where we are passionate about sharing what makes Cathedral Prep the standard of excellence. This is our fourth edition of our info session series where we highlight a particular program or initiative offered at Cathedral Prep. On this episode of the podcast, we're going to discuss our corporate relations program, and we're going to make a special announcement about a new partnership with our guest on the podcast, Mr. Joe Bizzarro. Joe is the owner of Interstate Mitsubishi and Interstate Nissan, and also recently opened the Fairview Collision Center. So, Joe, we're excited to have you on the podcast today. Welcome.
Thank you, man. How's everything going today?
Things are going great. Nice sunshiny day in Erie. Can't beat it.
Yes, congratulations on 31 episodes.
Yeah, 31.
That's amazing.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
That's a good job.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I, of course, am passionate about prep, as you know, and it's been cool to share with the community, between the people that we have to have as guests on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
So we're excited to have you on. It's a special announcement that we're making. We'll be posting on social media with this episode, but Dollinger Field at the Haggerty Family Event Center is going to be receiving, and if not installed the week of this podcast episode coming out the week after, a brand new scoreboard, thanks to you guys with Interstate Mitsubishi and Interstate Nissan. This new scoreboard is going to be state-of-the-art with a large display screen, which we've never had on the field before. It's been that static board that was originally installed in 2010 when the field first opened. So we were definitely due for new ones, and you guys, we met a couple times to talk about the idea of you guys partnering with us to make this happen, and this is a big project, and we're extremely appreciative as a prep community that you guys stepped up to help us make this happen. So thank you, and it's very exciting.
Yeah, you're welcome. I think after meeting with you a few times and looking how beautiful the facilities is, that board is something that was missing, and I think it's going to be a great part of finishing off that field. Plus, a lot of people there can see. I mean, it's going to be a big screen. It's going to be LED, right? That's state of the art. They'll get to see all the instant replays and live games, man. That's going to be great. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, and one of the things that we're excited about is, the Erie Seawolves a lot of times will do the family movie nights, and that's something that, stay tuned, but years to come, we'll look forward to hosting a few of those in the summer, and I'm sure we'll invite you and the family over to come check it out, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, if I do that, my girls, when they have a birthday party, they're going to say, hey, let's go to Prep and have a movie night.
There we go. So, that's actually a good idea. I'm going to write that down. So, I guess for the people who maybe don't know Joe Bizzarro, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, a little about your company, and just kind of fill us in on who you are?
Sure, absolutely. I started in the car business when I was 14 years old. I worked here in Erie for my dad's place. He had a small little place on Peach Street.
Yeah.
I decided I wanted to get into new car dealership and see what they do and how they do it. So I didn't want to go work in Erie kind of against him. So I moved down to Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And I went down to Pittsburgh. I worked for a big Ford store down there. I learned a lot. I learned good things and things not to, veer towards on, how they set up their teams. And I'm not trying to judge anybody, but a team is a big thing, right?
Yeah.
If you got people pulling against your team, you're not going to go anywhere. A team drives success, right? So I decided... I was later 20s to come back to Erie and do my own deal, and I've been very blessed every day to do what I love to do, and only thing I know what to do, right? Since 14, I'm on my 22nd year. I am the first generation car dealer for myself in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Most of them have been around for a while, and they all do a great job. But I'm pretty proud of the success I had with me and my team, and I added a couple different businesses with that along the way, and that's probably the short version. So
yeah. Well, it's great to see the success you've had. I'm very excited about entrepreneurship and with Erie to see people like yourself, first generation, be able to start from where you were at to what you've been able to accomplish. I mean, I've always enjoyed our meetings through the years. Be able to ask you about business and how things are coming along, and it's exciting and encouraging to hear.
Yeah, it's been a long time, me and you now.
Yeah,
it went so quick.
It sure does.
It seems like 3 years, but it's been what?
It's been a little longer.
8 or 9, right?
Yeah. We're I think we first probably started working together in 2017.
6 years, 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I started off working for Prep, you were one of the first people to support the program with even advertising at the event center, getting your signs and banners up there, and that's kind of was the start of our relationship and making history ever since.
That's right. I'm enjoying every minute of it.
So, like we just said, you did start that partnership really back in 2017, committing to advertising, starting to sponsor some things back then. What was it that led you to decide to partnering with Prep and doing something like that?
So, one of the biggest things, I love to see, our future generation come up and have a great facilities, great coaches and teachers, and I just Prep's always been a strong school. I mean, they've always done a great job in our community, and just to be part of it, and I don't know how much it helps or not, but it's just nice to see the kids come out of there and do a great job, because they're really our future, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And having been in the unique position I was in when we first started working together, I was also the manager of the facility, so I'm there day in and day out seeing the kids, whether it's grade school kids, high school kids, and I can tell you the funds that we raise through the advertising initiatives and sponsorships like this go directly into us helping run that facility.
Right.
And to be able to see the kids' excitement on the game days and the practices and just being camaraderie with their friends and the camps and clinics, it goes a long way and allows us to do what we do there.
Yeah, it does. And the kids coming in there and working out in the facilities and even probably going to different sports in there if they can. I mean, it's a place to be very proud of, to be part of. So and appreciate that. And so, on the business side of things, when you look at an event center like that we have, it's
we get 100,000 different people annually that come through that facility. You get the parents and the grandparents, siblings, family members, you name it, and the friends. When you look at it from an advertising standpoint, what benefits did you see, too, with having signs and banners at a facility like ours?
Well, one of the biggest benefits I have is a lot of people I know, they go to the games and they send me selfies with a picture of me next to each other. So people see that, I'm part of the community, and proudly part of our community, because Erie's a great city. Erie's a great town. I know sometimes we get a little rough weather here and there, but it's a great place to live and raise families, and we get a lot of great athletes out of our city. I don't know if people realize it or not, and it's awesome to see.
Yeah, we certainly do. And, having been that you were one of the original people to start advertising with us, you have one of the best spots in the facility, like you mentioned, the selfie,
right,
with your sign and everything. That's really funny. Another comment I was going to make, too, and you talked about your values earlier. One of the things I always appreciate about coming to Interstate Mitsubishi or Interstate Nissan is it's usually Christian music, family-friendly music. It's whether it's WCTL radio or local Erie Christian radio music or Sirius XM The Message. It's really nice to be able to hear that type of music when coming to your facilities. I just want to comment on that and say, in terms of the type of person you are, your values, aligning with us and prep and what we believe, it's always a welcoming environment when I come here.
Absolutely, man. That's good to hear. There's a big story behind that, too. So
okay.
Yeah, there's a reason. And I'm sure everybody that's a believer has reasons. And not to jump into the whole story, but it was when the economy crashed. It was difficult times, and some of the things that I experienced. I had to honor God and play that into my businesses, because if it wasn't for Him, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today.
Right.
I found that my strength and my economy is not based on what's going on in our world. It's what's based on your faith, and it's God's economy, really, when you look at it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to be here doing what I'm doing, and it's all through God that puts me where I'm at today.
Amen. Couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah.
I know we've had some good talks about that over the years too.
Yeah, it's good.
So when we talk about this new scoreboard, right? It's so exciting. Along with this this podcast coming out, we're posting about the board. We're showing people new pictures of it. What was it for you that made you decide that ultimately you wanted to be the title sponsor and not just continue the partnership that level that you were at, which you were doing year in, year out, but then even increase to where you were at to help us fund really this project, which was a big project. And if it wasn't for you stepping up and doing this, we probably wouldn't be able to do this at this time. So I just, thank you again from the community, but also what was it that led to you wanting to raise that bar and be the title sponsor of this board?
Yeah, there's probably a lot of different reasons. One of the main reasons is, like I said, the facilities is so nice, and then you had that board there, and I'm not saying anything's wrong with the board, but it's, once you showed me the pictures and the vision that you had for that board, I mean, how can you say no to that? Everybody's going to enjoy it.
There's also, I heard a lot of the players are excited about even a little intro video for them as they come out for their games and the pregame stuff and during the games. So, that makes sense. Now you get them all fired up. The crowd gets all fired up. See, you got that big screen to see everything, and how cool is that? Yeah,
that's good. Yeah,
yeah. We've had the video board in the gym, of course, through all these years as part of phase 2 of that event center construction. We were able to do that. So yeah, this board was a long time coming. I think I might actually post a before and after picture of these boards to show people, what we had and what is new, because I think sometimes you just kind of keep it in the background. You don't really notice it so much anymore.
You don't. That's a great idea. I mean, just to show the growth, what you've done over the years with the school, and all the things you added. I mean, that's a good idea. I would do that.
Yeah. Absolutely. So Joe, we're real thankful again, for your support. This corporate relations program that we had. The idea is that organizations and businesses such as yourself being able to help support prep through various, whether it's projects like the scoreboard or helping us fund. We have these academic pathway programs, whether it's advertising at the event center. We offer a wide array of projects and opportunities for businesses to partner with us. So I just want to thank you again for being somebody to step up and do that. And, before we get you off the podcast here, Can you tell people about where to find you guys?
The easiest way to find us is if you just, Google search interstatemitsubishi.com or Interstate Nissan. If you find one of the businesses and you don't want to search for the other, we'll direct you there. We can transfer you in between each business. So, yeah, that's pretty simple today's world.
And, I think most people are familiar with you guys one way or another. And one thing I'll mention is our last 2 vehicles my wife and I have purchased have been with you guys here at Interstate Mitsubishi. And we've had great service through that process. We also service our vehicles with your department here. Great process. Everyone's always super friendly, on the ball, timely manner. Always get my vehicles back with a good explanation as to what's going on and great service. So just a little plug for my personal testimony working with you guys. It's been nothing but a great experience between you and your team.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that very much. And it goes back to the beginning when I told you it takes a team, right?
Yeah.
Everybody has the same goals, and
Yep.
Our number one goal is customer satisfaction. So are we perfect? Probably not. But do we strive for it? Absolutely.
Absolutely. Love it. Amen.
Yep.
So thanks again, Joe.
Yes,
We're
sir.
excited for this coming season of fall athletic sports with having this new board. We're looking forward to the next spring, 2024, having the board to work with and for years to come. So thank you again for your partnership with us.
You're welcome. I can't wait to be at the first game.
Yeah,
It's gonna
we're
be cool.
happy to have you.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Thanks again.